Netherdale's been a happy hunting ground for Scotland at age grade and A-team level in recent years, so there was plenty of confidence in the under-20 side as they ran out to face their Italian counterparts. And with impressive backs of the calibre of centre Mark Bennett, fly-half Tommy Allen and winger Damien Hoyland, we were looking forward to plenty of running rugby. And early on, Tommy Allen took a quick tap penalty when Italy were expecting a shot at goal. Mark Bennett took the pass and tried to burrow over. Italy defended well, and local Gala favourite Russell Anderson picked up and almost managed to get over for an early try. The ball was held up, but good enterprising play from Scotland, who are led this season by 18-year-old Johnny Gray, brother of Scottish international Richie, and a talented lad who many are tipping to play with Richie in the second row in the near future in the full Scotland setup. The Italians are traditionally good up front, and the pack they brought to Scotland were certainly going to be a handful for the Scots to cope with. They played France under-20s the week before and were more than a match for the French, with play like this gaining them plenty of territory. Sami Paniccio, Alain Morricone and Pietro Ferrari were making up the front row, and in the boiler house, Michel Andreatti and Andrea Trotto, with the talented David Rampelli, Maxine Mbanda and captain Jacopo Salvetti making up the back row. And while there's plenty of beef in the pack, they can shift across the park too when called on, and here's Trotto making a break for the line, but not getting his pass on target. But the referee was playing advantage, and fly-half Edoardo Padovani slotted the penalty to give the first points of the night to Italy. Scotland would have been disappointed to give away points on Italy's first real visit into their territory, but back they came to set up a move involving Adam Sinclair and number 8 Adam Ashe. Good recycling, and scrum half Sam Hidalgo-Klein feeding to Tommy Allen, who brushed off Rampelli to dart in under the posts. The standoff, who plays for Western Province, was thrilled with that. A nice jink to get past Rampelli, and he wasn't going to be caught from there as he put the ball down between the sticks. He added the extras, and on 20 minutes the Scots were looking good at 7-3 up. Glasgow Warriors' Mark Bennett is a real star in the making. He made line break after line break, and it's surely only a matter of time before we see him represent Scotland at international level. This is what he's capable of, a very exciting prospect indeed. This move was stopped by Italy, but just a few minutes later Scotland's backs were on the hoof again. Hidalgo-Klein to Hoyland, Chris Auld out to Mark Bennett, and another penetrating run, and good offload from him to fullback Keith Buchan, who was put into touch by his opposite number Angelo Esposito. A crowd of around 2,000 were enjoying the game, and here Hidalgo-Klein and Ashe combining to threaten the Italian line. The referee playing advantage as the ball went left. Inside pass to Hoyland, who looked to have got over the try line, but he was held up, and you can see on the replay that scrum half Simon Marinaro and Esposito did well to stop the ball from being grounded. But the penalty was coming, and Allen put his team into double figures at the break. Into the second half, and getting the first score would be hugely beneficial to the Scots, and once again we got to see what Mark Bennett can do. Breaking through the Italy defence with ease, but his kick ahead probably not the best option as Esposito was back to clear up for Italy. Seeing it from the other angle, Bennett certainly has pace to burn, and he was to be a thorn in the side of the Italians all evening. Tommy Allen was also playing well. He extended Scotland's lead with another penalty. The radar well and truly on, and keeping the scoreboard ticking over at Netherdale. Moments later, Scotland found themselves once again in Italian territory. The pack were getting plenty of ball to give to the backs, and Italy's defensive play was coming more and more under pressure. They slowed the ball down, and at the bottom of this ruck was Marcelo Violi, who was guilty of a professional foul. Referee Ian Tempest from the RFU spotted what he was doing, and despite a bit of pleading with the ref, he was shown the yellow card, and Italy were down to 14 men, and 3 points further behind thanks to the reliable boot of Tommy Allen. Allen had scored all 16 points for Scotland, but a leg injury meant Alex Haggart from Aberdeen would replace him. and Haggart instrumental in Scotland's next score from winger Damien Hoyland. Haggart sent the ball out to Bennett outside him, Robbie Ferguson taking it on and a nudge from an Italian hand into the arms of Damien Hoyland, who did the rest. And Haggart's touchline conversion made it 23-3 to the Scots going into the final stages. Italy's charge down here went straight to Stirling's Rory Hughes, who beat David Odietti's tackle before being brought down. But replacement number 9, Ali Price, got things moving again and Scotland put another couple of phases together. And it's not just the backs who know how to line break. Prop Phil Kringle, who plays his rugby for Stu Mell, got the fans excited with this run up the park. Another phase and quick ball from Price to Haggart, and it looked as if Bennett would get a well-deserved score for his evening's work, but the pass was forward and it wouldn't count. By now Scotland were throwing the ball about at will. Bennett had another chance to get on the score sheet, once again finding chinks in Italy's armour, but Esposito put in a crunching tackle, saving his team from conceding another try. Up the other end, and a glimpse into what the Italians are capable of if they get the chance. They won a good solid scrum 5 metres out from the Scottish line, and their powerful number 8 Maxime Mbanda managed to breach the Scottish defence to scramble over for a try. As you can see from the replay from this angle, it looked as if he was stopped short, but Mr Tempest had the better view, and that was 5 points to Italy. And the conversion made it 23-10. But Scotland continued to dominate in the loose, good offloading and plenty of support for the ball carriers as they stretched the Italians. Ash had Bennett outside him, his pass to Robbie Ferguson missed out Will Bordle, but the popular Ayr player picked up well and put a little kick in which forced Esposito to concede a 5-metre scrum. Scotland's third try was well worked, Captain Johnny Gray taking a cheeky pass from Price and the big 18-year-old bulldozing over to make the game safe. Great bit of skill from the Bedford Blues scrum half, and Johnny Gray won't be stopped from 2 or 3 yards out, and Haggart's conversion would put Scotland into the 30s and out of reach of Italy. But up the other end, Gray made his only mistake of the match, a bad pass picked out by centre Michel Campagnaro, who accepted the gift, running in to score under the posts. That try made the score a little more respectable for Italy, but it was deep into stoppage time. It would be no more than a consolation score for them. The centre kicking the conversion, but that was the last play of the match and a convincing win for the Scots.
That takes us to the final whistle, the final score, Scotland 30, Italy 17.
We've been working hard all week, and disappointing to lose last week against England, so we've just been building from there, and it showed tonight.
A lot of mistakes, but the pace was very high, and I suppose it did seem to get better as the match went on.
Yeah, well, we thought that we were fitter than them from the start, and we tried to work and use that to advantage. We just tried to lift the tempo as quickly as we could, and again it worked.
Our defence was unbelievable, and Simon Cross is doing a fantastic job there. Last week our lineup was fantastic, and it's great work with JD, a good Borders man, and again a great coach, 2 great young coaches that I'm delighted to be working with, and the players are slowly gelling. It's Ireland here, fantastic, and same time, same place, 2 weeks tonight, and boys, we're looking forward to that. Ireland will be, we can't afford to give away 6 penalties in the first 15 minutes and be in the game. Ireland will punish us that way, so discipline's been a problem.